Hey everyone, welcome. So today we're going to tackle a topic that, let's be honest, can be a real headache for a lot of business owners, the monthly Provident Fund or PF filing. Our goal here is to completely demystify this process and turn what feels like a complex chore into a simple, manageable task.
You know that feeling? Like you're just lost in a bureaucratic maze of confusing forms, endless rules, and deadlines that seem to pop up out of nowhere? If that sounds familiar, trust me, you are definitely not alone. It's a super common pain point, but it really doesn't have to be that way.
So in this explainer, we're basically giving you a map. We're going to break the entire process down into 5 clear sections, turning that confusing maze into a straightforward path you can follow every single month.
Okay, first things first, right? Preparation. Like pretty much any important task, a smooth PF filing starts way before you even think about logging into the portal. Getting all your ducks in a row beforehand is absolutely key.
Think of this as your pre-flight checklist. First, you obviously need an active PF registration code. Then, for your employees, you have to make sure their universal account numbers, their UANs, are activated and linked with their KYC details. Of course, you need your complete salary data for the month all ready to go. And last but not least, your digital signature certificate, or DSC, has to be registered on the ePFo portal so you can actually authenticate everything.
All right, so with all that prep work done, let's move on to the next phase, the calculations. This is where we figure out the exact amounts that need to be paid, both by you and for your employees.
You know, the core rule here is actually pretty simple. Both the employee and the employer contribute 12% of the employee's basic pay plus their dearness allowance. So the employee's part gets deducted from their salary, and you, as the employer, match that with an equal amount.
Now here's where it gets really interesting. That 12% that you contribute as the employer, it doesn't all just go into one big pot. As you can see, a big chunk of it, 8.33% to be exact, is actually diverted to the Employee Pension Scheme, or EPS. The rest, that 3.67%, is what goes into the Employee Provident Fund, the ePF, right alongside the employee's full contribution.
So we're prepped, the numbers are all crunched, and now it's time for the main event. Let's walk through the actual online filing and payment process, what's going to become your monthly PF ritual. Okay, before we jump to the portal, you have to know about the ECR. It stands for Electronic Chalone Come Return, and it is, without a doubt, the single most important document in this whole process. But don't let the name intimidate you. It's really just a simple text file that has all your employee wage and contribution data for that month. Okay, so here it is, the 6-step workflow on the ePFo portal. You'll start by logging in. Then you navigate over to the ECR section, which is under Payments. Once you upload that ECR text file, the system runs a check to make sure there are no errors. If it looks good, you generate the payment challan, finalize it, and then you just pay online. It's the same 6 steps every single time. And you want to know the best part, the real game changer here? Once your payment goes through successfully, your job is done. Seriously, your monthly return is automatically considered filed. That ECR acts as both the payment challan and the return, so there are no extra separate forms to worry about. The main monthly task is out of the way, but your compliance journey doesn't quite stop there. Let's take a quick look at a few other important forms you'll need, specifically for when you have new hires or when employees are leaving. This table is basically your quick reference guide. So when a new employee joins, you'll be dealing with Form 5 to declare them as a new member and Form 2 for their nomination details. When an employee leaves, you'll use Form 10. Now, these are event-based, not monthly, but getting them right is a crucial part of your overall compliance.
And once you've filed, a little bit of good housekeeping is essential. Always save your payment challans and your ECR acknowledgements. And here's a pro tip. Make it a habit to regularly reconcile your books with the PF ledger. It will save you a world of trouble if you ever have an audit down the line.
All right, let's shift gears and talk about something really critical: deadlines. Knowing the process is half the battle, for sure, but the other half is doing it on time. This is the number you need to burn into your memory, the 15th. Your payment is due by the 15th of the following month. So for April's salaries, that means your deadline is May 15th. So what happens if you're late? Well, the first thing that hits you is interest. We're talking a rate of 12% per year, and it's charged for every single day of delay. Believe me, that can add up fast. And on top of that interest, there are penalties. As this chart shows, they escalate pretty quickly.
A delay of up to 2 months will cost you a 5% penalty. If that slips to between 2 and 4 months, boom, it jumps to 10%. The longer you wait, the steeper the financial hit. It's that simple.
So let's try to reframe this. The goal isn't to fight this big compliance battle every month. The real goal is to build a smooth, repeatable routine. Because once you master that routine, from the prep work to the final payment, you've mastered compliance. And it just becomes a stress-free part of running your business.
So there you have it. You've now got a clear roadmap for handling your monthly PF filings. The maze is gone, and it's been replaced by a simple path. So the question is, with this whole process now demystified, what's the next business challenge you're ready to tackle?